Before we start our wondertastic video, I just want to say thank you for 350 subscribers. As you can tell, I've hardly posted in ages. Our statistics show that only a fourth of the people who are subscribed watch my stuff, which is good. Well, let's see if we can bring that higher. Let's see if we can make that a third. Come on, do it. Subscribe. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me on this fine day. Now, as you can see, we've updated the wall a little bit more. So that way, yeah, there we go. Right, well, we've got Nia up there, which I kind of want to start a little thing with you all soon. Where what we do is each thing we buy or like review, we will put up on the wall. It'll be like a little souvenir. How did that sound? Would you guys like that? We'll put Motorized Henry up when we do the part two of it I've been working on for 2 years. But anyway, the 2026 show, you either love it or you hate it. I have seen this has been a topic of like much debate recently. Like I have seen like actual heated arguments over Thomas the Tank Engine again, which I've missed that deeply. But at the same time, some of the things people have been saying is going a bit too far. Now, a lot of people have been saying a lot of negative things about the quality control, which you can say what you want about that, but we need to remember that real people work on this company. But anyway, I have got a order from Totally Thomas. Now, before we show it off, there's a funny story behind this. On the night they said we're going to be getting them in, I stayed up the whole night to make sure I caught these. I had no sleep. I refreshed for 3 hours. And then when they finally went up, I did not see that they put up a thing saying you're only allowed one of each item. And obviously I buy things to keep in box and stuff as well. So I got pulled up for it. You can only have one. Well, I'm sorry that I missed your Facebook post. In fact, I'm pretty sure I bought them before the Facebook post even was live. So, but oh well, we're not here to cry about that. We're here to review our items. Now, obviously, we got Percy and Clarabelle, and I have a second one in this box as well. So we've got Percy and Clarabelle 1 and 2. Their production dates are the 22nd week of 2026. We have Nia and Nia. It was Nia that I was specifically trying to get two of, so thank you for letting me have two of Nia, at least, Totally Thomas. And what's funny is, over at the side of me as well, I have two extra ones that I bought from Smiths. I have another one which I have opened, which I'm converting into an OG style taking place. I have a lot of Nias. And then I've also got one down on the floor which I'm keeping as is. But I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, lots of Nias. Lots and lots of Nias. But I've also got Toby and Henrietta down here. I've got two of them. Which, very funny story to that. When I tried to get them at Smiths, there were only a couple at my local one. They said one left in stock by the time I was going up there. And when I got there were two. So, thank you, Smiths. But anyway, now we got here our Totally Thomas order. And inside of here, we have... I took them out because I was showing them to my dog when they arrived. Because I was dog sitting when they arrived. But we got here our assortment box. Yeah. Now, obviously, I ordered a few extra things to go on here as well. And, you know, I got... Oops. Two extra Tropical trucks, so now I got about 7 of these. Which I'm going to call it there, honestly. That's probably enough. We got two of the Fancy Thomas, which I can only presume this is definitely going to be in the show. I think what's going to happen... Oh yeah, I was confused because the text is mirrored. I mirrored this in post-production. We got Sam Oates here, as it's coming up on my thing. But I can only assume that if this is in an episode, Thomas wins the lottery, and the first thing he does is gets a brand new fancy paint job, because obviously all rich people dress up in nice clothes, they get their Rolexes on and stuff. But anyway, these are the cream of the crop, or whatever you say. Lamb and pork chop. We have SC Ruffy, or Scruffy Truck, which is very nice. He looks a lot like, if you've ever seen Elias, the little rescue boat, he looks a lot like, what's his name? Trawler, I think. Looks a lot like him. I never watched Elias the Little Rescue Boat. I am sorry for all of those who like Elias the Little Rescue Boat. We have here Whiff with the glasses. He's a bit like myself, except he's not got a beard. He looks very handsome. He's very hefty or whatever the word is for heavy stuff. We have Mavis. Let that face be in for what we're in for with the 2026 show. She's not got her tram skirt bits. Oh well. And yeah, Mavis. Yep. I've not properly looked at these. I took them out to show them to my dog. I was like, oh, look at that. Look, it's Salty, see? Anyway, speaking of Salty, you're Salty. I've heard a lot of not nice things said about Salty, but I really like him. Yeah. Oh, I like the shape the underneath of them. But yeah, we've got Salty here. He's got a lovely looking face. I think I would really like this Salty. I'm going to try and convert this to an original take and play at some point. But obviously, I need to wait until Smash get into one because Totally Thomas does not want me ordering any more of these, I don't think. Because I think they thought I was trying to be sly. I promise, Totally Thomas, if you're watching this, I promise I was not up to anything bad. I wanted two of some of the things. We got Charlie, who is now female. I've heard very mixed reception in this, and regardless of what I feel, I really like Charlie's being female. Right, see, gender swapping to characters. I really do not care if they gender swap anybody. I'm being serious. I don't care. I'm all for that, honestly. But yeah, Charlie looks so bare in contrast to the original Taken Play one. But the last, but certainly not least, well, actually it is the least. We have Flynn Jr., who is going to be the main subject of today's video. Now, I want to review each and every one of these as separate videos because I kind of want to milk these for views. I want to milk these for views. That's what I'm trying to say, because I've been seeing a lot of views that have been coming in for people reviewing these. I don't actually do this for reviews. I do this because I have fun with them. But considering the fact that I've been buying these up and buying these up and buying these up, and I've got like literally I've got over in the box down there I've got about 6 Rosies sealed, 6 Diesels sealed, 6 Harold sealed. I've got my big box where I keep all the items I intend to keep sealed, and I've got one of everybody. And then I've also got the ones that I've opened to play around with, going choo choo, chugga chugga. I'm looking down at the floor as well. I've got ones that I've turned into customs. Like, you're going to see a lot of customs come from me probably soon. I've got my original style taking play Nia. I've got my original style taking play Rosie, Henry. Like, James, I've basically just sourced like parts from the 2026 ones. Made Henry longer as well because I didn't like how long he was. I will talk more about this another day, but I'm really proud of them. They've got the old magnets and the old wheels, and they've all got the working bogey wheels as well. You'll see them soon. But anyway, Flynn Jr. In fact, before we begin, let's just put these guys away because we won't be needing you guys today. But anyway, Flynn Jr. His packaging looks a bit tattered and torn, but oh well, we're gonna be opening them anyway, so like, why bother? But just check if I got a factory error of them because it'll be so funny if I open this and it's a factory error. No. Yeah, but here's Flynn the fire engine. Now, over at the back of me here, I just remove them. Oh, it's a bit dusty. Oh. I am like really into Finley the Fire Engine. Like, that's one of my main special interests. I love the show, love it to death. Now, he looks an awful lot like Finley the Fire Engine, doesn't he now? Now, obviously the faces are nothing alike, but that's my dog downstairs. Whoops. I am back after my dog was going mental. I apologise. Anyway, Flynn Jr. So we compared him to Finley the Fire Engine. Here comes Finley, it's time to play. Which is now back up on his little display thing. Yeah, because I've got all 6 of the Xbox ones that they made, plus because they've done a UK and Australian packaging. I'm just missing a couple of the UK packaged ones, but I've got the whole set of them. I've got nearly the whole set opened as well. I've got the big lights and sounds one, the play set they did. It's one of my main special interests. But anyway, Flynn Jr. No, obviously whoever at Mattel who conceived this guy was having a laugh. Because who unironically sits there and goes, you know what would be a good idea? Let's bring back a Flynn the fire truck, but we give him a kid. Who unironically sat there and done that? But obviously we got the rest of the set on the back of the box, which I'm quite happy with. I don't know if this is what Disney's cars do, because I do collect Disney's cars, but like not on the degree I used to back when I was like 13. I think I was 13 when I was really into it. I don't know. I can't remember. That would have been more than like 5 years ago at this point. Like I am older than people think I am. people think I'm a lot younger than I am. I can guarantee you, I'm an adult. I'm an adult now. But anyway, so we got Flynn Jr. as I keep saying. So whoever at Mattel was having a laugh, clearly. Like they sat down and were like, okay, let's bring back a load of characters. Okay, so let's redesign Harold the helicopter, but he's still Harold the helicopter. Let's redesign Flynn as well, but he won't be called Flynn anymore. He's Flynn Jr. This is his son. Like, what is the logic behind this? And I'm also going to say while we're here, and I know I'm going to get like a lot of angry comments, but then again, I always get angry comments on my channel, so what difference does it make? I like the new Bertie the Boss. I think I like him equally to his original design. I don't care what anybody says. I like the number on his side. I like that he's got what looks to be the London Transport logo on the side of him. Yeah. But anyway, enough blabbering about Flynn Jr. Let's get into him. If you want these 2026 items, unfortunately I had a look into Tilly Thomas. They've sold out of them. Whoopsies. But I've only bought one of a lot of them. But anyway, here is Flynn Jr. out of the box. Now, as you can see here, Flynn Jr. Has a magnet. Because I think there must be an unspoken rule where every little vehicle must have a magnet now. He's the number 45, which I can assume is how many times he's been told nobody loves him. What me like criticise Flynn Jr. and then I get emotionally attached to him, like because I was like that with Winston, and I really got emotionally tied to Winston as a character a couple of years back. I loved Winston; he's one of my favourite Thomas characters. But anyway, we got Flynn Jr. out of the box. Here's his face, which he looks delightfully devilish. So we don't know how this is going to work in the new show. It might be like Finley the Fire Engine, where Captain Parker is Finley's dad. It might be just like that, or it might just be that the original Flynn died in like an incident or something, which would be really unfortunate if that. So I mean, I never cared about Flynn as a character, but it'll be really unfortunate if like we get a backstory and it's like Flynn the Fire Engine like was saving lives or something and he lost his. That would be rather unfortunate. I know it's a cartoon, but still. And I've got the bare minimum for this show so far. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I love all the new toys we've been getting. I did not like those faces at first, and I still don't really like those faces. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. But anyway, so his ladder can go up like Finley the Fire Engine can, which I can't imagine a firefighter being able to climb up that. But there we go, something like that they can climb up. Now his ladder does spin around, just like Finley the Fire Engine's ladder is just like this. If any of you guys have seen Finley the Fire Engine before, his ladder moves exactly like that. Hold on, yeah, look, he can go like that to let you scout the fire dog on his roof. That's what he does in the show. And then there's an episode when it's like raining. Come on, people have got to see Finley the Fire Engine if you watch my stuff, surely. But there's an episode when it's like raining and Finley puts his ladder over it. If that's the gas is always greener, I think it was. He does that in. So there's not an ounce of metal in this guy. Well, there is. His whole like, you know, all of this chrome here. This is metal, but then this whole like strip's plastic. So like, he's weighty at the bottom, but like in contrast to the other vehicles, he weighs a nothing. But Flynn Jr. can go like that. If Diesel 10 is coming to the range, which I've heard people are saying the Diesel 10 was announced or whatever, it gives me high hopes that Diesel 10 would be able to go like this and go, "Rawr! Pixies hungry! Ah!" There we go. So it's ladder tucks there. Its ladder's not exactly in the centre. You can see there. They're playing outside. I keep getting interrupted. I've been meaning to film this for like a few days now, and I haven't been able to. So let's get into like the detailing. So obviously we talked about the number 45. He's got apparatuses on the side of him, like lockers where they keep stuff. Obviously, firefighting's a special interest in mine. It's one of my dream jobs, honestly. It has been since I was very young. He's got fire axes, I think, on the side of him. Yeah, that looks to maybe be an extinguisher. Interesting. But he's, I don't know if we can tell here, but it's like symmetrical on both sides, which I don't think that's accurate to most fire engines. He's got up here, he's got his horn, what I can presume to be a water cannon. He's got. I just realised those are transparent pieces. Look, it's little hazard lights. No, I wish they'd cut that so instead of those gimpy blue things, it was like open as well the way that is. But that is nice. That is really nice actually. Don't worry, I'm gonna save the day, just like my dad used to. So I bet you that's how you're gonna sound. Now, obviously, whoever at Mattel was definitely having a lot of fun during the production of this, and I'm sure Flynn had a lot of fun when his son was conceived.
No more accidents for me, eh, Thomas? No, no more accidents, Flynn.
I shouldn't be making jokes like that. And my audience is like the age of like, I know a lot of my audience aren't adults. I am sorry for making that joke. We apologise to those both of who are offended. Because obviously, they were having a laugh. Oh, let's put Charlie and Flynn in the same assortment. Yeah, because everybody wanted Charlie back. But you know what? I don't care. I like it. I like what they're trying to do. I'm grateful for their efforts. I've been meaning to make a lot of 2026 videos, but the way I get like handled online when I say, "Oh, I'm gonna tell you all this, right?" No, this is actually give it a second. There we go. I'm gonna tell you all this, right? I'm gonna open up to you all. I really want this show. I want it to be like it's about a child, right? And the first few minutes and last few minutes of the episode, pretty much he or she has some form of problem in their life. And then they go upstairs into their room and they pick up their Thomas and they go, I wonder what Thomas would do if he had to go through this. And they push him along the track and they push him through a tunnel, right? And then we transition into their imagination where Thomas and all his friends are alive and have their own voices. And pretty much the problem Thomas faces in the episode lines up with the problem the kid's facing in the episode. Like, I wrote this one, right, and this is a rough idea, but Thomas is racing Rosie and Percy, and he wins the race. And he's like, you know what? I'm the number one engine. I'm the engine of the day. And then Diesel comes and he says, well, nobody's the winner until the winner cries against me. So they have like a shunting race and they shunt their trucks, and Thomas's switch won't switch. And Diesel wins. Thomas is upset about it and says it wasn't fair. Blah blah blah. And they have a second round, round two, and they pretty much race with a good train. And Rosie and Percy try and talk him out of this because what he's doing is dangerous. He's going down the main line like that. But Thomas wants to prove his point. And in the process, Diesel, they're racing. He switches tracks, and Diesel hangs off the end of Vickerstown drawbridge. Thomas goes back for him and pulls him back up. And the Diesel asks him, he's like, you could have won. Why did you come back for me? And Thomas takes a deep breath and he says, winning's fun, Diesel. But see when a friend's about to be hurt, that's when things stop being fun. So since they were still coupled together, to make their delivery coupled up, they arrive back at Tidmouth. Percy and Rosie actually won. And Thomas and Diesel, they decide, you know what? Let's just call it a tie then. So it ends and the child goes back, and you know the problem of the episode is that maybe them and a sibling were having a fight over who won a video game or something, and they're like, you know what? Let's call it a tie then. So it ends like that. That's how I want this new show to be like. That's a story example. I don't want Thomas to be real because I love Thomas, right? I've always loved Thomas. I have loved all Lincoln's Go. I love all incarnations of Thomas to some degree. But if you're going to revamp Thomas and you're going to keep bringing him back every like 4 to 5 years, I don't want them to keep trying with the same old concept. I don't want a show to be like the Thomas we had before or the one we had before then. I want them to try something different each time while still maintaining who Thomas is. I feel like something like that would be good. But anyway, back to Flynn Jr. Now, I've been fidgeting with his ladder as I was talking. I don't know if you noticed that. Now, we have Flynn the fire engine here because I've not got the Take and Play one to compare it to. I've not got the magazine one on me. I've not got any of my Flynn the fire engine toys to compare it to, except this one which I bought when I was out with a friend the other day. There he works. Well, it wasn't the other day. It was like a month ago. He works. He drives. It's Flynn the fire engine. What more is there to say? Now we can see what they've revamped about Flynn and what they've kept the same. Now I've only just clocked, but he's missing the rescue centre emblem. Yeah, he looks very different now. I've heard a lot of people comparing him to Jupiter from Fireman Sam, which it's not exactly wrong. He's got the water cannons on the roof, like the one from the Tiny Tugboat. We've got the horn, obviously, he's got added. But I would have liked that checkered detail, because I don't know if you can see that. It's like a checkered detail. Yeah, right there. You can tell. No, checkered under here as well. I would have liked that if that was like chrome or silver or something. Just like this. And it seems like that back portion is like chrome across the two of them. He has like ladders on the side of the old one. He's always had that yellow band, it seems. No, he has a hose reel on the back of him there. He's not got the hose on him anymore, which is kind of upsetting. Maybe his locker door opens and it's like a hose. Maybe it's gonna be like Finley the Fire Engine, how he uses his hose as a hand, remember? Please, if you watch my stuff, watch Finley the Fire Engine. If you like All Engines Go, you'll like Finley. It's literally the same as All Engines Go. I love it. I love it so much. I love it probably just as much as I love Thomas, actually. Maybe even more than I love Thomas. It's like my special thing. I love him. He's obviously got the silver bumper up the front. He's got the windows. He's always had his windows. Let's be real. Every vehicle needs to have windows of sorts. He's always had his wheels. I don't think he's going to be like the real wheels, road wheels thing anymore, which is fair enough. That did my head in. It makes sense. I was hoping, if you know who the Crane Truck J is, I was hoping not only his catchphrase would be, "Don't worry, Crane Truck J will save the day," but it was also, you know, those maintenance things that have the big maintenance cranes for construction. I was hoping he was going to be one of them. But obviously we can't have everything we want in life. It looks like he could be a troublesome truck with a crane arm on the top of him. But yeah, obviously this one has a moving ladder, and so did the Take and Play one, but he's up the loft at the minute. I'm sorry about that. I couldn't get him in time for this video. But the Take and Play one, it only went up like that much, and it spun around, and that was it. I modified mine so that I unscrewed it so it can like pop up and down and all of that on the hinge. So like that bit there is the hinge, right? So I made it so that can go up and down there. So it can go just slightly higher. But there we go. So he can really reach up high. He can really reach down low. It's gonna be just like Finley the Fire Engine, I reckon. It's gonna do like the thing he does in the Truck Scratch Fever, where he's scratching his back. Hold on. When he touches the poison ivy, there we go. Yeah, look, it's Finley the Fire Engine. It's Finley the Fire Engine. I don't know if you can tell, there's a lot of editing to these videos now. It's because I've got a software. It's very simple, but it's effective. Now, closing verdict. What are my thoughts on Finley the Fire Engine Jr.? Now, obviously, In terms of characterized, we don't know what he's going to do in the show. We don't even know if he's going to be in the show. Considering the false promise of Donald and Douglas and Duck and All Engines Go, I wouldn't be surprised if 90% of the characters they've announced aren't actually in the show yet. I think they're being very ambitious with announcing 60 characters. Like, what is happening? How have we got? How do we live in an era where like we've got Flynn Jr. and then we've got Boko? Like, who is running this? Who is like coming up with these ideas? I'm not saying I'm opposed to this exactly. I'm just confused. But anyway, Flynn Jr. can do that, I suppose. He can make the L shape, which is what he is. He's just a big L. There we go. He's a big L. So his ladder goes like that, right? So that's as far as it could go down in this end. It seems to go like well over 180 degrees. I can't do a complete 360 unfortunately, but I don't think it would have been able to anyway. I don't know if I've shown off, but he does have like little molded steps and he's got a magnet, which means he can I don't have anybody at hand actually that are magnetic. Hold on, we'll see. Can he? Alright, we'll turn it this way. Well, it's not like a firm connection because he's in the box, but yeah, the magnet does work. You can, if you ever wanted Flynn Jr. to pull the Express or something, you can do that. If you ever wanted Flynn Jr. to pull like a good train, you can do that. And considering that we're here, so speaking of good train, let's do a little bonus surprise because I like doing this now. Watch till the end for a surprise, as they say. We will open our troublesome trucks. Right, because this is, I need these for videos coming soon. Oh, that's just, that is the 4th week of this year. That's the oldest one I've got. It says the 7th. Right, anyway. Let's get this open. There we go. The people call it the toughest truck around. I don't know where that comes from. Let's get the other truck opened. Oh. There we are. So we've got the troublesome trucks. We've got even more of them because you never have too many. Flynn Jr. is pulling a goods train. Flynn Jr. can pull the Express. Flynn Jr. can what else can you pull? Flynn Jr. This is for his fire trailer. This is for his dragon wagon, as he's gonna call it. I love my dragon wagon. And he's gonna drive around like that. He's gonna sing that song in an episode. Trust me. But anyway, always forgot to mention he's got special wheels, which probably won't be special for too much longer. I think Bertie the Bus has those wheels. I could be wrong. He's got like the tire. He's got the tire tread detailing. Yeah, but the ladder's lots of fun. I have a feeling if you're a parent that watches my stuff and you've got children and you watch my video and you go, oh, I bet my son would really like Flynn Jr. Yes, I'm sure your son would love Flynn Jr. or daughter, as I should assume. But you're gonna have a lot of fun hearing. You're gonna have a lot of fun hearing that constantly, and you're gonna have a lot of fun hearing wee-oo, Nina, as well, because I know what children are like. I was like that when I was a child. I used to make the noises as I played. I know what children are like. They're gonna go they're gonna make noises like that. That's the fun of it, though. That's the part that you're gonna miss once children grow up. That's what I miss about being a child. But yeah, Flynn Jr. Now, this video's gone on for far too long. It is now half an hour long. I am sorry for keeping you guys. It's probably going to be even longer when I get to editing it. Yeah, so we got more troublesome trucks now. I've got about 4 of them on my floor there at the side. But anyway, we've reached the end of this video. Thank you for your time. Remember, in fact, no, before we end this, do I recommend Flynn Jr.? That depends. Because a lot of you guys, I really don't understand you lot. One minute you can go from praising this reboot, and then the next minute you're trying to dig dirt on Mattel. Like, what is happening? Like, come on, man. Please don't be like this. I've been seeing people faking factory errors as well. I know some people have been getting like a lot of genuine factory errors, but I've seen a lot of people trying to pull this game of, oh, I've got a factory error. And it's like an 80th anniversary one in the 2026 boxes and tagging Mattel in it. Please do not do this. Please don't. That is actually despicable. I was disgusted when I saw that. That's not a joke. That actually really steams me. I hope you people know this, but can we not use Mattel like, because we're meant to like reach Mattel over genuine problems. I've been seeing people promoting this idea, and just don't do this. Don't do this. That is really immature. But thank you for your time. Flynn Jr. can, before we end, he can put his father on his ladder. Oh, yeah, look, he's looking him. But yeah, we got Flynn Jr. We'll be looking at our next one, which we're probably gonna film tomorrow. Let's be real. Yeah, thank you for your time. I've already opened Nia, which means we won't be reviewing the Pretty Princess. I'm sorry, and I don't care if anybody tells me to stop calling Nia that. She's a pretty princess. Stop saying that she's bad. She's one of my favourite characters. I'm fed up with people hating on her. Percy and Clarabelle, I have about 5 of those. No, not 5. I've got 4 Percy and Clarabelles, I believe, at the side of me. I've opened one of them already, off camera. I genuinely opened it, looked at it for 5 seconds, and then put Clarabelle beside Annie, and then that was it. I've not even played with them. But yeah, Toby and Henrietta, we can look at all the ones that I've shown off today. Yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your time. I know 30 minutes is a long time. I don't really do anything influential. Before we end this off, for those curious, here is Flynn Jr. and all engines go Thomas. Yeah, he's a rather small fire engine, but then again, he's going to be like the new Philip, I reckon. But thank you for watching this video. I'd appreciate it if you watched to the end. See, comment on this video saying I watched till the end. Smiley face if you've watched until the end. I bet like hardly anybody did. But if you did, thank you. I love you. I'll see you in the next one, which should be within the next few days. The colour reveal Thomas video is coming very soon. I've got all 4 of them now. We're gonna be like looking at our true colours of Thomas and Friends. But anyway, the dark side of Thomas and Friends, we'll call it. Thank you for watching Flynn Jr.'s birth, because we had to do this video before the new show came out. I have canonically birthed Flynn Jr. Okay, that sounds really messed up out of context. Don't take it that way. But we've opened them up. We've basically just reviewed them. We'll call it birth of Flynn Jr. We've reviewed them. We've said what we wanted to say, and yeah, see you in the next one.